Yo, welcome back to another episode of Latino Happy Hour with Alfred Robles, Smiley, Lazy, Fernando, Ramon.
What's up, eh?
¿Qué pasó?
What up, Dream Team? What up, King? What up, King?
Yo,
Salud.
Salud, cabrones. I don't really do this, but oh well, fuck it.
yo, today I got excited, bro. I didn't let you guys say your names. I said everybody's name, vato.
Hey,
That's
that's how you get comfortable, way.
I like to hear a chipster man say my name.
Hey, bro.
Wow.
Damn.
With that,
Hey, what's up with that?
with that,
Hey,
with that
He's
East
always-
Los, with that
is he
East
always
Los,
like that?
hey,
Is
with
he always
that,
like that? Siempre.
hey, with that East Los accent.
Yo,
Oh, shit.
that's it. Hey, Daddy, that's the after hours cash app shit right there,
No,
bro.
way. That's
You know what you want me to say right there, bro? Dude, you let me know, dog. I make noises too, dog. Sound effects, bro. Lo que caiga, cabrón.
No mames, güey. Your
Hey,
cat's about to fucking
he
fart
can even
on
throw
you,
a
güey.
fucking little commercial shout out si quieres, way, in the middle of it. You know?
Yo, guys,
What's up, fool?
yo, bro, I went to a drive-in this weekend, bro.
Oh yeah, I saw
Oh,
that.
yeah.
How was it?
Bro, it was chill as fuck, bro. Good vibes, bro. It was chill, man. I remember going there when I was a kid, but I just don't remember. I remember like going. I just don't remember how it was, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here was kind of cool, bro. It was $30 for a whole car.
Ay, güey.
So you could take as many
All
people
right.
as you want, dog. And we took food. They sell food there as well. They give you this piece of paper. There's some lunch trucks on the side. You text the number and they give you the menu. You get what you want and then they deliver it to you.
That's dope. That's dope. What movie did you watch?
I saw Straight Outta Compton, bro, for the 20th time, dog, just in case I didn't miss it, bro.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, okay.
How many?
Yeah,
they,
bro.
they just showed one movie
They just show one movie, bro.
for $30, bro. I don't know
Shit.
about that one, fam.
Hey, pero llevas
Ah,
a
bro.
en el carro,
Features,
güey.
bro.
It's a car. It's $30 for a whole carload. Fool. When you go to the movie theaters, it's like $17 a person.
Yeah.
Pues, ¿a cuántos güeyes llevaste, güey?
Well, I don't have friends, bro. So fucking.
Hey, that's why he keeps saying, para mí, el carro, los 2:30 salimos, güey. You know what I mean? He just keeps talking
You should have
about
called us on Zoom, bro.
It was
Zoom
cool,
us in.
Alfred pulled up in the bike. We're like, how much is it for a bike?
right? Fucking over here, like Debo, dog. Yeah. It was sponsored by Heineken, dog. So what they did is that they gave us a 6-pack of that Heineken no alcohol beer.
You shouldn't
Oh,
have
that's
said the
right.
no alcohol part, bro.
Yeah, dog. They
Well,
give you
they don't want people
that.
going crazy, bro.
You have to
true.
try. So they give you a 6-pack of that Heineken no. I'm not a fan of that, dude. I don't know if you guys are
Which one?
or the no alcohol beer like O'Doul's and stuff like that. Heineken has one now too, but I'm hearing it's real popular because I heard Budweiser just made one too, bro.
It must be
Hey.
like a mental thing, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Placebo effect.
It is, bro.
it does taste like beer, güey.
It does taste
And
like beer, bro.
También, they don't allow alcohol in there here in Minnesota. It's fully nude. It's no alcohol. So they only give non-alcoholic beers away. Bro, I swear to God, you drink enough of those, bro, you could still get the buzz, way. You know what I mean?
Oh, should you get the placebo
it's not-
effect?
Yeah, you
I think it's a placebo effect, but those, I think, bro, they have like a fucking 0.05% alcohol.
Oh, it
It's
doesn't have
like-
anything. I don't know about O'Doul's, but Heineken doesn't have anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it must
I
be a
don't know,
mental
way.
thing.
That's called
It
placebo,
feel
bro.
like that.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, me and Smack-
I was telling my homies, bro. Telling my homie about that, and my homie's one of those paisas, fucking maníaco type of homie, bro.
Yeah.
¿Qué, güey? Es como cerveza, pero no tiene alcohol. That vato tells me, no, güey, ¿para qué quiero esa madre, güey? Es como bailando con tu hermana. I'm like,
Damn.
Hey, why is it that Paisas come quick with them jokes, bro?
Bro, and they're fucking paisas are funny as fuck, dog.
Yeah, they are.
It's in our blood, bro. It's in our culture, man. You can't fucking let your guard down because, hey, luego se te ponen al tiro, güey. You have
Bro,
to,
I
you have to come lock and loaded and guns blazing, porque.
Hey, Ramon, I don't know, bro. I've seen you when you didn't have the guns locked and loaded.
Yo,
you
guys are ready? He's checking in, bro. You guys are ready?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
Simone.
go.
I'm gonna introduce that vato. Let's go.
All right, go for it, eh?
Yo, we got Grammy Award winner, bro. Black belt motherfucker in jiu-jitsu. Karate Kid himself. Yuli, what's up, boo?
What's cracking, Alfred? What are you doing, man? Thank you for having me on your show, homie.
Oh, no, wait. I'm going to introduce you to the homies, bro. We have Smiley, his brother Lazy from Pura Cultura. Then we have Chicano Shuffle, Fernando, Ramon, way.
How's it going?
What's up? How you doing, fellas?
All right. Hey, how do you prefer, Uli or Ulises?
Como quieras, homie.
Oh, that's
Ulises, I've heard it all my life.
All right.
Oh, hey, Yuli. Hey, I have a question for you, bro. Hey,
yes.
Do you have your fucking your little trophies, bro? Your Grammy shit or not?
Oh, shit.
I have the Grammys like over the fireplace over there.
Oh, so you have a fireplace too, dog? Look at you.
Well, I mean, it's a non-functional one. It's a non-functional. I have an old house, but
It's decorative.
it's decorative and shit. But but the Grammys, that's where they live. I don't really like take care of them or nothing. Like there's dudes that polish them or keep them in cases.
Right.
They're
when
just
you
kind of
got
up there.
three, you're like, fuck it,
No, I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. Like for some people, the Grammy's a really big deal, and
Whoa! Did you say to some people, to everybody?
Well,
I don't even have one. It's a big deal, fool.
I'm just saying, like for some fools, it's like whatever's to them. But when you go somewhere where nobody knows you, like when we go to a country where nobody would know who the fuck we are, if you said Grammy Award winning, it would put a little weight on your shit at least,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
And do you have a Grammy or is it a Latin Grammy?
We have 2 Grammys and 1 Latin Grammy.
Hey, represent, bro. Saludo.
So we got the white one and the Latin one. Homie, what's up?
Covering all bases, homie.
The Latin Grammy was from 2005, right?
I think so. I'm not sure. The first one, 2001. I think 2005, 2004, maybe.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I remember. Okay.
Yo, hey, Yuli, Ramon is one of those ex-girlfriends that will be dropping dates and shit, dog. You know what I mean?
Hey, Ramon.
That's true.
Ramon invented screenshots, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's just like I love anything that has to do with music and movies. I like knowing the behind the scenes, like the little details, And like I have a lot of questions for you, Ulises. Like, I mean, I'm just waiting for the show to get started, but I don't want to keep dropping because I don't want to, but
no, ask away, bro. Ask away, homie. Whatever you want to know, dog.
So your first album, right? It came out in what was it, 98. And I remember when I saw it, and the name was like strange to me, Ozomatli. So, back in the days we had internet, but we still had AOL or Ask Jeeves in those days. You didn't have Google. So it was kind of difficult trying to find it. Over the years, I ended up running into this fucking chilango, and he told me like, "Oh yeah, Ozomatli es un dios azteca," and he's actually partnered up with what was it? Oh my god, I'm already brain farting. But
are you giving a history lesson or is there a question?
No, well the thing is, my question is, when you got Ozomatli, the song on your first album, Chango, is it connected to Ozomatli?
No, it's not actually. The connection of Ozomatli being a changuito in the Aztec calendar, you're right. You're totally correct. Like it's like a connection, but when we wrote the song Chango, it was more kind of about another dude that used to be in a band that when he would dance, he kind of looked like a monkey. You know how fucking chimpanzees, their arms are longer than their bodies and shit, and they dance like that. So one of these vatos used to always dance with, and you know when you, even if you're ugly, if you're a good dancer, dude, you always end up with beautiful women, you know. So that was the connection of that song, you know.
That's dope.
Hey, bro. For some of us that are new to you and to your group, I know. Alfred, Ramon, and Fernie, they know all about you, but to kind of get to know you a little bit, like how long have you been doing music? Where are you from? And when did you start doing music, bro?
Like how old is the band, or me personally? How long have I been doing music personally?
Yeah, yourself.
Oh, well, yeah, man. I got into music pretty early as a kid because my dad used to play violin and my mom was all into my mom listened to Trio Los Panchos, Juan Gabriel, and she was super into oldies, oldies music. So, I started into music by the fourth grade. I started taking piano lessons.
Shit.
I started taking piano lessons, and already by the fifth grade, I was taking clarinet. And then by the seventh and eighth grade, I started playing the sax.
Damn.
So kind of that progression of things. And by junior high, I was already kind of picking up the guitar and the bass, because that's when you start getting into bands and shit like that. So I started pretty early with music. And it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of been such a huge chunk of my life, growing up, rehearsals, you name it. It's I almost don't know what else the fuck to do in a lot of ways, you know? It's part of my everything, you know?
And what city was it where you actually started doing the bands and the garage bands, or if that's what you did?
Well, even in junior high, I was already, you get your little bands in the garage. I was born in Hollywood, but I grew up for the majority of my life here in the Southeast in Bell. So, being that I was into music, my mom was always like, you got to get bussed out if you want to do music. So I got to meet people from all around the city, and that's kind of how I started even Justin from the band Ozomatli, the percussionist, rapper. I met that vato through magnet school. I met that fool and his brother in eighth grade and shit.
Wow.
So yeah, so I've known those dudes for a long ass time. And so by high school already, we were getting a little punk band together, rehearsing, and shit, getting the cops called on you because it's too loud, and all you can afford is Little Caesar's pizza and shit like that, and for the longest time, that's how you kind of live and you pay your dues. And by college, that's when I started kind of joining more serious bands. I was in a band called Yesca, which was a Latin ska band, and shit, we were just kids, and we were opening up for Tito Puente. We were fucking doing big things, even as little kids and shit, and being tripped the fuck out. Oh man, we're doing this, and we're playing for these legends. And so there was a moment where I was in Yesca and in Ozomatli at the same time, and I was just loving it,
Dope.
That's what's up, man. And
that's crazy, man.
Opening up for Tito Puente, what genre of music did you guys consider yourselves to be put in the same lineup with Tito Puente, bro?
Well, with Yesca, what that particular project was we were doing early Jamaican ska music, which was it was all instrumentals, and then we were mixing it with mambo, with salsa, with all these Latin rhythms. So it was Latin ska. It was all of us were super into jazz at the time, and so it was almost hey, we could kind of play jazz and get people to dance. So that was that thing. And with Ozo, it was kind of a even extension of that because when we first started Ozo, it was like all kinds of people were showing up. We had a DJ, we had Indian percussion, we had all kinds of horns. And the whole point of the show at the time was just like, hey, man, we got to come up with some music that is all about like just getting people to dance, you know?
Right. Because that vibe that you guys bring out, bro, the vibe you guys just bring out, bro, is just fucking crazy, dog. You make everybody want to get up, dog. You know what I mean?
I mean, it has been crazy. Yeah, man. I've seen people in the crowd do crazy things.
Yo, whoever came up with that shit coming out through the stands, bro, that's genius shit right there, dog.
No shit.
Well,
you know what I mean?
The thing with that is just like I was mentioning, it was funny because we were playing the Viper Room when Johnny Depp still used to own it. And there was a night where it was Yeska and Ozomatli. So I was basically in both bands, you know, like loving it. Like I thought it was funny as fuck. But the thing is that one weekend, Yeska completely fucking burned the shit down. And then Will Dog and Justin were like, yo, man, fuck that. Like, it turned into like this friendly, competitive shit where Will Dog and Justin were like, you know what? Fuck that shit. We're going to fucking come up with something that's going to be so out of control, dope. And that's where the beginnings of the samba, going into the crowd, playing the drums, all that shit. It was like more of a competitive thing, actually. And then after that, it kind of grew into more kind of like, after the show, we usually do it, and we end up at the merch table, and that way we can take pictures and hang out with the fans and shit, you know?
Right.
Sounds wild. Sounds like a whole lot of energy, bro. Sounds like a whole lot of those vibes, man.
Yeah, before you got on, I know that I know Alfred and Fernando and I had talked about it before. Like, we were all trying to remember, like, our memories, you know, seeing Ozomatli, you know? And that's the one thing that stands out, you know, you guys coming out from the stands con la batucada, you know, tum, 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 and then the whistles, and then everybody, you start you start feeling the energy, you know, and it's like you start feeling it, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, you know, and it's, I don't know, it's just genius, and not only that, but it gets the people going, you know. We all have our stories. You have your stories, I'm sure, but us as fans, as you know, patrons of the music, and just, you know, just loving the vibe, dude, you guys bring a great freaking energy, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I mean, you know, we're still here. That's the crazy part. It's like 20-something years, 25 years. Yeah. 25 and we're still fucking playing as a band together, man. It's fucking crazy, you know?
Bro, I was telling these fools that the first time I saw you was with that Carlos Santana and the Maná concert. I told these fools that you guys fucking killed it. You guys fucking... Dude, you guys ripped it, bro. And then working with Santana, dude, how was that, dog? Another legend.
Well, the funny thing with Santana was this. It was his son that had known about us and was like, his son, Sal Santana, his son was like, yo, Dad, you got to check these fools out. Like, they're doing some shit that you were doing, but like now vibe. Because if you think about it, guys, it's like, Ozomatli is just basically kind of like a continuation of a tradition, right? A tradition of like getting different kinds of music and mixing it up. Because, you know, people like Santana were doing it. People like Richie Valens, even like Mandrill, Fishbone, you name it. Like all these bands from the fucking Earth, Wind and Fire. You know, all these bands through the past that have kind of been like these genre blending kind of things. So when Santana heard us, he was like, oh, dude, I got to get these fools to open up for me. And, you know, growing up as a musician, Alfred, you know, like, you got to learn at least 2-3 fucking Santana songs to jam out, right? There's always some drunk-ass Theo that wants to hear Oye Como Va, even though that's a Tito Puente song. But like Black Magic Woman or Oye Como Va are always like some of those songs. Or what's the other one? Evil Ways, you know what I mean? There's always something, hey, play a fucking Santana rola. All right. So you live your whole fucking life like being in these situations, playing these songs, and the mega mind fuck is all of a sudden we're at the Arrowhead Pond and we're jamming those songs with the vato that made them like famous and shit. And it's like, oh shit, we're really playing Oye Como Va with fucking Santana right here, yo. And dude, like the crazy shit is that, dude, his band, like nothing but legends, bro. So when we were on the tour with them, it was like fucking music summer camp for our ass, because it's like his bass player used to play with Miles Davis. His keyboard player was the main vato from one of the main vatos from Tower of Power. Like,
wow.
like, dude, like everybody was just a mad badass in that fucking band. So that was what we were 20-something-year-olds just fucking losing our minds with Maná and Santana tour. Like the world was our fucking pearl, you know, our oyster, whatever the fuck. You know, like we were, we were just so hyped just being there, right? Yeah. You know, and probably one of the best tours we ever done, for sure.
Oh man,
well, yeah,
fucking awesome, bro.
The first time I saw these guys was at the DNC in 2000 when shit hit the fucking fan, bro. And the fucking riots.
Oh shit! Okay.
And that was you guys that came down, right? Like when they shut you down, they shut the power off right in your middle of your set. And you guys came down and were playing in the crowd, and everybody was up on the fence, fucking, yeah, shit got crazy, bro. And that's the first time I saw you guys, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, well, dang, that sucks. That was the first time because we didn't really get to play for too long, homie.
No, but it leaves that impression because you guys actually like came down and were in the crowd, fucking playing, while shit was like fucking hitting the fan everywhere. Fucking
well, the crazy part about that show was that we were begging, pleading, like with whoever the fuck, like let us play before Rage Against the Machine, like please, you know, like who wants to go on after the headliner? No. All right, but boom, that's how it went down. They played, they basically left, and then once we started playing, it was like we were basically like a song and a half into it. And the cops are like, all right, this shit's shut down. And at that point, we're all young and fucking all pumped up and like, fuck that shit. Let's jump with the people, homie. You know? Yeah. So we jumped in with the people. I have a picture, in fact. Let me see if I find it. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro.
Oh, fuck. Let's see if I... Is it right here?
A young
nah.
Yeah, I was the same. I was like, keep saying, bro. I was 2000. I was like, I think I was like 20. Same thing. Where fucking shit was fucking rocks flying, fucking little pepper spray, and then the rubber bullet started. It got fucking crazy.
Justin got hit with a rubber bullet. Yeah, Justin got hit with a rubber bullet. I mean, dude, it was like one of those things. Well, we ran. We were fucking playing the drums for a long ass time, and then all of a sudden, when the caballos and the rubber bullets started happening, we started jamming down Figueroa, right, with the rest of the crowd, and then we ended up at somebody's like, it was like some like safe house spot where we all kind of re-met, and then they drove us back to like our equipment and shit because, dude, it was chaos. It was just like straight up, yeah, man.
It was fucking insane, bro.
Crazy, man. Hey, was that the first time you guys? Damn, Freddie. Was that the first time you guys ever played with Rage, bro? Or
no? I don't know if it was the first time. No, because we played with Rage like so way back in the day when they were playing a loft in Highland Park. There was this place called Regeneracion, which was like basically a loft that Zach used to live at, and they used to do shows there. And also Ozomatli used to be so fucking thirsty, bro, that we would just show up to the shows and be like, hey, man, can we play? And they'd be like, no, everything's already set up on stage. No, you guys can't play. We'd be like, how about if we set up on the other side of the room and just give us the corner and we'll just set up there and play? And that's how like thirsty we were about it. You know, we were just like, we wanted to play in front of people and be in front of, share our music. And that was like around that time, the first time we played with Rage. And then we did actually the first time around that they quit, their last show was at the Olympic. At the Olympic Auditorium.
Yeah, I was there too, bro.
that was the last time we had played with them, I think.
That's dope, man. What do you think makes your band Ozomatli be able to go on tour with Santana, but then also go on tour with like or open up for Rage Against the Machine?
I think that's been the thing with Ozomatli. It's kind of our thing because in a way, it's like it's been our strength and our weakness at the same time, right? Because our strength is that we play so many different kinds of music that we've opened up for Wu-Tang. We've opened up for Santana.
Wow.
We've opened up for fucking reggae legends. We did the Warp Tour. You know, we did, Lenny Kravitz. We did this, we did that. So we could fit in almost anywhere, but at the same time, where we're talking about the music industry has always been about kind of like, well, what box do you fit in? Like, what radio station do I play you on?
Mm-hmm.
And that's always been a challenge for Ozomatli. Is like, we always used to have our college stations and those independent stations play Ozomatli. But even when we first started, guys, it was like Spanish stations used to love like Cumbia de los Muertos, but then would be like, hey man, you got to take out that English rap part out in the middle. And we'd be like, why, And then there would be like English stations there was only actually K-Rock used to play Como Ves a lot when it first came out. But for the most part, most English stations are not really playing Spanish music. But then the crazy part is that now let's fast forward 20 years from that point to this point, it's like you hear Spanish all over the radio and on all these commercial stations now. And, so obviously the shit is split.
Right. And you also hear hip hop everywhere, bro. So did you guys always have hip hop involved with your music?
It was always a huge part of the, like from day one, Cut Chemist was in the band so we were already working with breakbeats. And there was a moment too where when we were just starting and we were just jamming out, we became like the house band for Radiotron, which was like the second coming of Radiotron, which was like a big breakdancing club. So all we were doing was playing instrumentals while these fools were breakdancing. So
the hip been all over the place.
Hop angle. I mean, and the other thing is that like for us growing up, a lot of us grew up like when hip hop was born. So it's just a part of like of the sound, whether we like it or not. So, and then we had Charlie Tuna rapping. Then we had Kinetic. We had Jabu from 4th Avenue Jones. We've had tons of DJs that have gone through the band, from guys who used to be with Slum Village. Z-Trip was fucking our DJ for a hot second. Just like all kinds of crazy shit.
Ulises, back in I think it was in 2007. You and I think Yito did a interview for NPR. I don't know if you remember it or not, because I mean I'm sure you do interviews like fucking crazy. But I remember listening to this one, and if the only thing I can't remember who was it, if it was you or Yito, where you guys were asked what is Ozomatli, and I think I'm trying to remember it, not verbatim, but I try to remember. You're like, just imagine cruising down Sunset Boulevard. You roll down your windows, turn off your stereo, and listen to all the other music that all the other cars are playing. You hear cumbia, you hear salsa, merengue, hip hop, funk. You hear all this. That right there, that's Ozomatli. And when you got whoever, when I heard that, I'm like, holy shit, I get goosebumps just remembering that interview,
Yeah. That was my little quote for the long time. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's dope.
When I heard that, I'm like, fucking hey, dude, accurate. It was perfectly described. It was to the fucking T.
That's pretty dope, man, because in the Bronx, where hip hop was birthed and everything, that's how hip hop started, bro, with all that like salsa and all the music that was in the Bronx, bro. So you guys basically did the same with the music you guys were listening to in California, bro. So I think that's pretty dope, man. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I barely started to like listen to you guys, bro. And I was telling these guys, how have I never heard of these guys, man? Because you guys are fucking dope, bro. Like the style of music that you guys do, plus incorporating the hip hop in it, bro. It's such a vibe, bro, that I'm just like, I don't know who the fuck I'm hanging out with, bro, that haven't introduced me to that shit, bro.
I don't know. I mean,
wrong people, man.
I mean, it also could be one of those things where you have heard us, but it's never registered. That always happens too. Because like you're watching movies and you're like, oh, I've heard that song, or even playing video games. Like people come up to me and be like, "Hey, you were on that fucking Tony Hawk game, or you were on that one fucking Madden game," and it's like that's how I know you guys. And it's like, "Yup, well, okay, you know." But no, definitely hip hop as a genre has always been really important, kind of foundational thing for us. And through the years, you know, like again, like we've been able to collaborate with, you know, like people like De La Soul, Common, we had this one track where it was like Will I Am with Medusa and all these, when Will I Am was like a hardcore MC. I mean, he's still a hardcore MC, but like when he was still more undergroundish. And, fuck, man, it's always been kind of a part of our thing, you know, but at the same time too, that the foundation was all this music that we grew up in LA. And then once we started touring the country, we got to check out music from Chicago, music from New Orleans, music from Atlanta, music from New York, Miami, you know, like all these other little local scenes, Baltimore. And then we started touring the world. And when we were like fucking cultural ambassadors for a number of years, we really got to like dip into like music that I don't think we would ever hear in our lives. So that's the cool thing about music too, is that there's always something else and something that you've never heard, you know?
So, along
that's
those
fucking
lines,
crazy, bro.
Along those lines, like in all your travels and all that touring, like what was the place that like sticks out as like inspiration musically?
I would say there's a musically inspiring. I would say for sure one of them was Cuba, just because we've been there twice. Not too recently we went there, and then we went there when we first started as a band, because that was the first place we actually toured outside the country. As you know, we did a fucking benefit for ourselves. It was funny, but we went from Tijuana to Monterrey to Havana, because back in then, that time, there were no flights going to Cuba. But the whole pedo with us was like, for us, it was so important just to fucking feel the music and learn it from the real motherfuckers on the island. So we spent 10 days. We brought a bunch of equipment. We brought a bunch of clothes to barter, trade. We got to hook up with some of the baddest congueros, treseros, fucking singers, you name it. And just word of mouth was like, oh, there's this band from LA. And one of the funnier stories was, it was like our first gig in Havana. And we were all like tripped out. Like, what should we start with? What should we play? And Cut Chemist and most of the hip hop guys is like, it's Cuba, man. We got to play some salsa. We're still going to like it. And we're like, oh, okay. So we play it. And the crowd was kind of like, yeah, that's all right. And then we went into a hip hop song, and the place went fucking bananas, because at that time, like the Coolio's Gangster Paradise was barely hitting in that motherfucker. So like we are playing, and all of a sudden, like the whole like live hip hop shit had, you know, the roots type stuff, or none of that had ever hit out there yet. So when we started doing it, the crowd went bananas, you know? So I would say Cuba definitely is one of them. And another one, what I think would be like North Africa, like the Egypt, Jordan, and all those areas, the sounds that were coming out of there when we were, like, I ended up going to like several music stores and coming back with like boxes of music, you know?
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Damn, bro.
So how do you stay so like into music like that? Because, you know, like you do it for so long. Is it that process? You just go buy a shit ton of music, lock yourself up in the room, and just vibe out to all the different sounds? Or what keeps you that high energy to still be so interested in it?
Well, I think some of it is like it just resonates with you the first time you listen to it, and you just start, that happens a lot. You know, there's that one song that all of a sudden it's on repeat like crazy, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's other times where I buy something and it's not until years after that I'm really actually understanding and digging it, you know?
Mm.
So I had music behind me, records, all kinds of shit. And some of it I still haven't completely wrapped my head around it completely, you know. It's kind of all backed up. And the other thing too is like there's so much music in the past that you're constantly playing catch up with what's going on right now at this moment.
Yeah.
And
beautiful, man. Oh, well said.
And that's the thing. It's like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, music sucks nowadays. No, there's always some kid. There's always going to be some youngster that's producing fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just waiting to see what the new shit is. You know, like I wonder what's going to be like the new hip hop. What's going to be the new punk rock? What's going to be the new thing that kind of like changes the whole style, you know?
I like that.
Who you fucking with right now, fool? Who do you think is hot right now from the youngsters?
Who do
Music-wise.
I think it's the youngsters?
Yeah.
As far as like LA bands or just in general, you think?
Oh, because these latos are from Minneapolis, bro.
Oh, Minneapolis.
Simon.
Okay. Let me think. Man, I'm trying to think now of bands, you know what I'm saying? But like there's you know, because there's always like one of those things where like I listen to commercial radio and there'll always be like a lot of songs where I'm like, damn, that's pure garbage. But then there'll always be that one song or that one artist that's like, wow, that's fucking amazing, you know?
Right.
So to this, you know, that's the other thing too. It's funny how people still consume music because I'm a little bit of a viejo in that still, where I still like to buy the physical thing, even though I do download music, whatever. But there's something about, for me, like I feel like I'm supporting a band. I feel like I'm giving back to the artist by buying it physically. And being that I'm a musician myself, I feel like it's like the one thing you can do, you know?
So,
Hey,
and
Ulises.
just go ahead, I'm going.
Ulises, the other one, I was, I know they did, what was it, like, you guys did a cover of Caifanes Nubes. Honestly, I'm hit or miss when it comes to the covers. Let me tell you, that was a good one right there, man. You guys, because you threw in some, you could hear like the record scratching, you could hear the DJ in the background and everything. How did you get involved with that? How was that? You know, to get, asked to do a cover of Caifanes.
Fuck, dude. Honestly, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't even remember how we came about that one in particular, dude. I think it was a compilation, wasn't it? Like a tribute to Caifanes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Un tributo.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was then. It was like they probably asked us what song we wanted to do, and that was, because we've never been a covers band, but we have done covers.
Yeah, from Mexico to Jamaica. Non-stop Mexico to Jamaica, right?
Yeah. That one's a pure covers record. But the whole thing with that one is that like that one started as like a joke almost, because the whole pedo was like we were jamming out in a reggae style tragos amargos.
Oh,
and the crowd, we were doing it like in a reggae cumbia style. And for whatever reason, we were jamming it out, and the crowd reacted like fucking it, like crazy.
It went bananas.
And then, yeah, people were just like going like, "Oh my god, that's such a crazy mashup." So then, Justin was like, "Dude, wouldn't it be dope if we did a bunch of like songs like that everybody knows in the barrio?" And flip them on the Jamaican tip, on the reggae tip, and we're like, yeah, that'd be cool, And he just kind of took it upon himself to start kind of, because Justin was kind of the the guy who kind of pushed the fucking the truck in that one, like the fucking really pushed the project. And then what really pushed it over the edge was that we got Sly and Robbie involved in it. And if you guys like anybody who follows reggae or is a fan of reggae knows that Sly and Robbie's production and their playing is on like thousands of recordings, And so once they got involved in it, it was almost like we got these fucking metal Jamaican vatos basically putting their stamp of approval on the shit. Like, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Like, let's do this shit, you know?
How did they react to you guys singing El Noa Noa?
You know what? I don't know if they even knew what the fuck that song was about.
Es un lugar de ambiente.
You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, Yuli, I always wanted you guys to remake fucking Mi Burrito Sabanero, bro.
You know what? You know what, Alfred? That Justin, we did a version of it, but it never got released, bro. Because of course, just like every other feature band, they were like, Justin was like, dude, we got to do a Christmas album, and Burrito Sabanero was like on the list of like, we were like, oh, we can come up with a banging version of this, right?
Bro, yo, the other day I was watching the Sixto Rodriguez fucking documentary, bro, and I'm all like, dude, Yuli could get down with this vato, bro.
Oh, Sixto Rodriguez is a legend, though. That dude's a legend, man, you know, for sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the other thing. It's like, Ozo's been able to jam out, hang out with just legendary people. So it's always humbling, man. And you know, there's been times where we've shared moments with people who I've looked up to and thought were legends my whole life, you know? And I just hope that, you know, the right still continues and we can continue making music for people and to help the new generations out, you know, all the people, because in a lot of ways, you know, being a new band, being a young person in a new band, it's a lot. The game is totally different from when I started. The totally different shit. Yeah. You know, I mean, we were at the tail end, Alfred, where labels were still actually giving you serious money to record a record. Like they gave us $500,000 and we're like, here, live off of this, guys. Here, record with this. You can pay it back in CD sales.
Holy
like,
shit.
What? You know, like, you know, I remember, like, you know, like all that shit. Where nowadays it's like they don't really want to give you that much money, and they also want their hands in all kinds of things that back in the day were like precious to the band, like the band's merchandise. You're on the road slaving away selling that shit. You know, the label would have never asked for money from that avenue.
Infamous 360 deals, right?
Yeah, I mean the 360 deals. They basically own like everything. All these aspects of your business and maybe even your likeness. So,
and in all realms too. You know, like doesn't all universes in all realms? Yeah.
So what's the 360 deal? Just for the people that don't know, like myself.
Well, 360 deal is basically like a nice way of saying that they own multiple aspects of your business. So, like, let's say if you're a singer or a band, where back in the day, a label might own like your master recording. They might own like certain things that were kind of like rightfully theirs. Now the labels are like, we want to own your merch. We want to own your publishing. We want to own your likeness. We want to own this. And they could be able to have you in these circumstances for years even, you know? So that part of the music industry nowadays kind of super sucks. The flip of that, though, is that I think now more than ever, like, kids don't need fucking labels to blow the fuck up. You know what I mean? There is that possibility that you can either go viral or blow up on YouTube or blow up on TikTok, where you can establish a huge audience that could possibly become like real and blow the fuck up without the use of labels or label money, you know?
Yeah, that's a dope way to put it. 'Cause I didn't know much about that either way. Kind of switching it up with just a little bit. In the recent times that you found your guys' selves out there performing and going on tours, were you finding yourself in a general crowd or were you like in a Latino venue?
When we tour the country, I would say the majority of our like coast audiences, so West Coast, East Coast, are heavily Latino, yes. But then there's plenty of places in the middle where it's just like everybody. It'll be like a regular old club. And then most of the clubs that we do play at aren't really like Latino clubs. So every once in a while we'll do one, you know, like the kind where they have like the merengue night, the cumbia night, the bachata night, you know? But for the most part, like we usually play like music venues, clubs that host bands, or festivals. We've done tons of festivals through our career, big ones, you know, and you know that's kind of been our bread and butter, man, playing live.
That's dope,
Hey, Vato,
man.
I know you've been on the dale, wait, Daddy.
I was going to tell you that Minnesota has a few festivals that they've been doing in the recent times and in the Midwest that, you know, obviously right now with the whole COVID, everything's been put to a pause, but we're gonna keep an eye out for you guys next time you come around to the Midwest area, man. We definitely need
for sure, man.
Live shows.
No, yeah. We played Minneapolis plenty of times in the past. The famous club over there. What is that? First Ave.
First Ave, yep.
First Ave, yeah.
You know, yeah. One of the cooler things that happened actually in Minneapolis is that when we were playing with Santana, right? We were playing Minneapolis with Santana. One of Prince's favorite guitarists was Carlos Santana, right? Damn. So Prince shows up with Larry Graham Jr., both of them dressed all in white, and fucking show up to the show, and they ended up jamming out with the band. It was amazing. And then we ended up like meeting Prince after the show, and fucking like him just being like, "Oh yeah, Ozomatli, I like you guys." That was already enough. I was already like, all right. So I'm gonna fucking walk away. Don't say another word to me, bro. Like, because you never know. Sometimes, guys, you know how it is. Sometimes you meet your heroes, and sometimes it kind of breaks it down. And like, you know, like some people say, never meet your heroes because they can let you down. But there's been plenty of times I think where I've met my heroes, and they're fucking super cool, and it makes you like them even more. You know.
That's dope. Have you ever been on the other side of that where you see a like a starting band or a band that's been doing it for a while, and they meet you and you kind of see the same look that you had with your favorite artist?
Well, I think with me is that I learned early on, bro, is that our fans are our bosses in a way. Like our fans, our audience, are what's providing us. So, I go out of my way to be super cool with people, even when they're fucking drunk and annoying. Hey, take a picture with me, like, all right, let's do this. Like, I don't snap on them because I want their perception of the band to always kind of be positive, and their experience of like of Ozomatli, of it to be about love, you know, about to be like connecting with people and whatever. Because I know I'm sure you guys have had experiences where you meet somebody you've always kind of looked up to, and they end up being mega assholes or dickheads, right? And what happens with me is that I still like their shit, but I just like it a little less. It's almost, it makes it a little bitter. Like, yeah, I like it still, but ese güey es medio cabrón. Es medio cabrón el güey. You know, like you know, it taints it a little bit, you know?
For sure,
That's facts.
sure.
That's facts.
Yo, you've been on the road for a long time. How is it right now for you, dog? How are you coping, bro?
Well, interestingly enough, is that we just had our first show this last Saturday, bro, and it was our first show. It was our first show under the new way of doing things. So it was like a drive-in show, bro. Like people were in their cars. You could hear the music through your radio. People could get out of their cars, so they had to have masks, y la chingadera, and everything was all like super like regulated. That way people can have fun but still be safe. So that's the first one we've done since this whole shit. So honestly, the shit sucks, right? Like it's been stupid fucked up. The whole industry is like fucking scrambling, bro. Like the whole industry was like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, dude, like for me personally, this is the first time I had ever filed for unemployment in my life, dog. Like, I've never had to, because whenever I didn't have a job, I looked for another band to play with, right? Like, boom, like let's go. And that was kind of the mentality as a band. But when there is no music, when there is no clubs, when there is no tours, it's like, what else was I going to do? Like, fuck. And then all of a sudden, like, dude, like, well, let's file for unemployment. And thank God, like, for the majority of the band, we've been able to survive doing that and also pay off a lot of our debts that we kind of had accrued from that point,
Okay.
You also did a Cinco de Mayo, what was it, like a Zoom or?
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo for the fans, right?
Yup. We did like several of those, like streaming, quarantine concerts. And honestly, the first two went really well, I think. By the third one, I think the bands themselves, ourselves, were kind of like, it just feels a little weird. You know what I mean? You're playing to this shit right here. It's like your fucking phone, and you're like just dancing in your room, trying to pretend like there's vibe really going on. You know that there isn't.
Hey, you should have hired us, bro. We would have really got it lit for you, bro.
I mean, that's the thing, man.
We would have been your hype guys, bro.
I know, man. I needed hype guys for that shit, man. But so the shit is that, yeah, man, everyone's fucking taking a big bite of the shit sandwich, man.
Yeah.
From the band to the fucking crew people, to the stage managers, to the venue owners, to the promoters, to the from the bottom to the top. Everyone is fucking like even fucking Live Nation. All these like huge companies that fucking own everybody's dick, like all these fucking companies have taken a fucking beating. So,
what about YouTube though? Wouldn't YouTube be a good way to make money these days, bro, for the bands?
Well, if you can, I would say that would be awesome. But you know how hard it is to like build up an audience and build up the views and the algorithms to get that big on YouTube. I mean, but though. I mean, that's the thing with YouTube, exactly that. Like, if you can find an angle and an audience, I mean, I wish I was that fucking little kid that could just, review toys or do something that like has millions of fucking people looking at you,
Yeah,
bro.
I didn't figure that one out though,
You can review guitars and records and all that shit, bro.
Dude. The other day I was watching. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go for it.
No, I was just tripping out because it's like everybody has their own shit on YouTube, and you name it, there's somebody doing it on there, and some of it is really just fucking craziness, and some of it is like super interesting too, But definitely, if you can figure out like we actually went down to the YouTube studios, bro, and right here. By Marina Del Rey, close by there, and we were next door to that one woman, Poppy. I don't know if you ever heard of her. She's like this YouTube sensation, bro. And we didn't know her from Joe. We were just like, who is this chick? Like, who is she? She looks like a robot. But I started fucking putting a little bit of research into her. She is large. She is fucking huge, and probably gets a lot of money from YouTube. So. More power to people who can pull it off, man, for real.
Has your band, have you guys ever invested or thought about investing into a full-time social media person? Or part-time?
There's been... bro.
I'm just saying, because some people...
Well, no.
Go ahead.
No, you're right. There's been moments where either the labels we're working with have a social media person, and they'll take over. And we've also hired, because the thing is with us also, we're a band that we're right on that border of no internet, no none of that shit to like complete now what everybody has, right? So some of our audience is still super old school, yet some of our audience is like totally connected with everything, right? So for the longest time, I think it took us a while to be able to create the content, create the momentum that's kind of necessary on Instagram and shit like that, right? Because it's always about content. Like, how often are you putting shit up? How often are you connecting with your fans? So with the quarantine, one thing that I've been doing every day at 420 is that I do this like dub reggae session where I play live for all the fans at 420 and I smoke weed in front of the camera, right? So whatever, it's something to do though. Yeah, it's something to do every day to keep connected with the fans, and that way they feel kind of invested in you. And because you know how it is, the crazy shit is that when we first started, if a band didn't record an album in a year, like you could still possibly get back on, you know? Nowadays, it's like here today, gone later today, bro. Like gone later in the afternoon. You know what I mean? like fucking motherfuckers come out with a song that blows the fuck up, and 2 weeks from then, it's like you don't know them anymore. You know, so the cycle of things and the cycle of information is way faster. Obviously, us being viejos, us being like a band that's been around forever, we're kind of have our own fans, our own people who connect with us and whatever. So we're not really in that bigger kind of like cycle of like real content creators and people who have like fucking 1 million followers and shit like that. But we have our thing and we're trying to keep it together and stay connected with the fans constantly.
Dope. And
I just got an idea, Ulises. You could review at 420. You could review the different types of weed, and there's your channel, bro.
Hey, and if people send me weed to review, that's a fucking win-win, homie.
Hook up with those big industries, those big companies and shit. What is it, MedMen or something?
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, man. But I was gonna say, you know how like you said you guys are more old fashioned type of band, bro. How do you see now, like the music industry, bro, where it's more about singles, bro? Like people really don't care about albums, bro. They mostly just care about that hit single that's gonna like be like the song for the summer or the song for the fall type of deal. How are you guys doing anything to kind of you know keep up with that time on that?
Well, it's funny you say that because the last year or so, that's what we were kind of doing. We were just releasing songs here and there. Because, like the idea of the album is kind of dead. But there are certain places that still appreciate the album and almost demand it. Like when we go tour in Japan, like the music festivals will be like, well, what's the new album? You know, and we're like, the new album? You know, but they'll be like, yeah, we want the new shit. Cool. But
make something up.
The interesting thing is that like I think the music industry is going to come in waves, right? Because it's all singles driven right now. And there was a moment in the industry back in the day that it was all singles driven then too. And maybe the album makes a comeback, maybe it doesn't. You know, I still appreciate it, you know. There's records that I could put on, bro, that like I could listen to from front to back because it tells a story. It creates an atmosphere. It's a complete work, right? Then there's plenty of albums where I just want to hear the one or two songs and that's it. You know, so I think one of the things we're planning, just to answer your question, one of the things we were thinking of doing is releasing songs as singles in the same kind of frequency that like maybe like more modern artists are doing, kind of like your DJs or your fucking dance people. They're fucking releasing a new track like every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, right?
Right.
Doing it like that, releasing a lot of songs, and then once a certain group of songs are released, bunching all those songs together and then packaging it as an album, you know? or
Makes a lot of
packaging it
sense.
as like a complete thing, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
And you got to keep up with the times, bro. And that's dope that you guys are, trying to see what can work and what's happening. What's this deal? And I'm hearing a lot about album bundles or package bundles. Do you know what that means? Are you guys doing anything in that?
Okay. The idea of album bundles and package bundles is a real slick way of trying to sell your album to get it registered, right? So one of the smartest dudes to do it in the beginning was Prince, actually, because what he did was he bundled his album with this newspaper in England. In the Sunday edition of that newspaper, he put his album in there. So when you bought the newspaper and you bought the fucking album, basically, so it registered like a sale. So he did that too with his tickets. If you bought his concert tickets, you bought his album too. So you, by bundling, you buy one thing and then you throw the album on top. That way, it kind of counts as like an album sale too. You know what I'm saying?
It's double sale.
Yes.
So it's a certain kind of way of trying to. I mean, I guess it's. I wouldn't say it's a sneaky way of inflating your numbers. I would say more it's a clever way of inflating your numbers.
The last bundle thing I bought was PlayStation, bro. I bought the PlayStation. I got the bundle with an extra controller, 2 extra games, dog.
It registered as a sale as well.
They got me, bro. They got me.
That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it.
Bro, you know what I did notice, that playing your music and shit, bro, it's a whole crazy vibe. You don't get bored, bro, because your next song, when it's on shuffle, it could be a whole new vibe. But I did notice that you have a track with Regulo Caro, bro. Do you guys make a lot of music with like Mexican artists, or how do you guys do these features, bro?
Bro, we're really open to all kinds of collaborations, you know? So people like Regulo Caro, people like we've collaborated once. We got to collaborate with like Johnny Pacheco, Yomo Toro, some Fania All-Star Fools in New York. Like if the opportunity comes up to be able to collaborate with somebody who you've always kind of looked up to, or somebody who is like a musical heavyweight, we're going to be down, you know, because something cool is going to come out, you know? And the one thing for sure is that I think as far as the band is concerned, I think we should maybe start trying to find people to collab with that are of the younger generation, actually, and heavyweights who are now of the younger generation who might add or put a different spin to the Ozomatli thing, you know, because there's plenty of people, bands and artists that are like, dude, we've listened to Ozomatli all our lives, and they might have a certain way of doing things that we never thought about, you know? So I think that'd probably be the future, you know, as far as collaborations.
Have you guys ever thought of actually creating your own label, like your own, to be able to bring up bands and manage them and actually, you know, have bands under your company? Is that something that you guys have ever thought about?
I think we thought about the label thing, but as far as like let's just do it ourselves, that's definitely been on the table before. Every time that's ever happened, though, we start shopping the record, and then there'll always be a label that'll be like, well, we'll give you this much, and we'll be like, all right, fuck it, you know. So that's kind of what happens, you know. Like, it's like, do you want to do all that work? Do you want to fucking find distributors? Do you want to fucking find the publicity? Do you want to? Because that's what it's going to entail to do your own label. It's a lot of fucking work, which if you do it right, obviously, and put in that work, you could come out on top big time, right? But at the same time, if somebody doesn't do their shit right, or something doesn't happen right, or whatever, then it's all on you too, you know?
Cabrones. To ask you something a little more heavy, bro. Sorry.
No.
Does it get a little frustrating that like you know, that song Chota you guys had about police brutality. Damn, like was it the first album, right? The Chota.
Yes.
And that now, like in the situation we're in now, like the climate now, that like nothing. I don't want to say nothing's changed, but it hasn't really shifted. Does that get a little frustrating? How do you like push through it?
Well, the frustrating part for me, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, is that, dude, we've been involved in anti-police brutality shit since like back in the day, right? Even like I remember marching through Watts and shit.
Yeah.
At marches down there, and like, and the cops like just staring at you, just wanting any excuse to fuck you up, right? But what's sad to me is that there's been, you know what it feels like? It feels like one of those pressure cookers. It feels like we wait till the shit hits the fan to fix anything in this fucking country sometimes. We wait till people have to fucking, like, just remember, I don't know, remember the Goodyear tire shit? Remember?
Yeah.
It took all these people to die until they finally recalled the fucking tires, right? It takes all this shit to hit the fan, you know, and then sometimes once the shit hits the fan, we become so distracted by all these other things. We become so distracted by all these other things that, like, we don't get back to the root of the problem, you know? And, like, don't get me wrong. I understand that people are mad and shit goes down, and sometimes that is expressed in really fucked up ways. But like, I was talking to people like, yo, like the shit that went down here in LA had nothing on 92. Like the 92 fucking riots were like 6-7 days of pure chaos, and it was like over 60 something people fucking died. You know, like this one was like what, maybe 4 or 5 days, and was a lot of looting, a lot of fucking drama and this and that. But at the end of the day, like what frustrates me is that we don't focus right back to the problem of what we're trying to reform, which is, yo, like handling people this way is not the right way. And if you go to, there's countries that are way worse. Believe me, there's countries that are way worse. They'll fuck you up. The cops will fuck you up. But then there's countries that are way better, and they don't. And as far as I feel here, growing up in LA from that time to this time, to me, shit, the violence has been going down. Statistically, violence has been going down a lot. So the fear, the opportunism, all these things, it's been pretty frustrating with the whole thing with the police brutality. And I wish all this shit could have been avoided if they would have just arrested those fucking cops off the bat, and maybe somebody in power could have said like, hey man, this is really fucked up. We should figure out a new way of doing things. That would have been it, you know? Like it would have been a lot less headache, I think, you know?
Because Minneapolis, a large portion of the south side of Minneapolis got burned down because of all the bullshit that went through, you know? So we over here, we experienced our own city burning down, police stations getting burned down, bro. That's something that I never thought that I would be able to see in my own city way. So it's crazy that you guys experienced that in LA years ago, and then we end up experiencing it over here. I think one of the reasons why there's not that much death though, and not that much shit that happened that way, is because there's so many camera phones now, or there's so many cameras everywhere, bro. You know,
true.
People can't get away with just shooting somebody, or cops can't get away with taking somebody to the alley and killing them and blaming it on the whole looting madness, you know. So I think that technology has definitely made that difference in the death numbers from today that you guys experienced back in, I think 92 is what you guys said.
Yeah, I mean, dude, 92, you got to think, dude, we were talking about the fucking roof Koreans, bro. Motherfuckers on the roof with fucking Uzis and AKs. Like, yo, somebody's trying to roll up on us. Dude, you're going to get served. But I do agree with you. And in a lot of ways, I think that, issues like police brutality, like all the Karens, racism, it's not that there's more. I think it's just being filmed more. I think it's just being exposed more. I don't think everybody's fucking walking around that crazy, you know. And I think you're right too in the sense of this, dude. Like after '92, it was like months after that the cops started figuring out like identities of people who were looting, people were doing this shit. Yo, over here, bro, motherfuckers that were looting in fucking Santa Monica were getting a visit by the cops the week after because you're you know like if I can make out your license plate from Stu Mundell, a helicopter on the fucking news, like you stuffing your trunk with vans and shit. You don't think somebody in fucking in law enforcement is like, all right, that's the fucking dude we're gonna be visiting. So plenty of people are getting busted. And I went to a march myself in Hollywood, and I got to see that shit straight the fuck up of how opportunistic people can be, because like we went to this march, and when the march was passing the Palladium on Sunset, my car was parked around there, and I was like, yo, man, I don't want to walk anymore. Fuck this, you know? We made our point, you know? and like the fucking march was already about like 10 minutes away, and there was a whole line of cops following it. And literally, like, you saw the looters, the dudes, the people who were, they were pretty organized. Like 3-4 cars that were like, all right, now's the time to do it. All right, boom. So, you know, and then also I think the quarantine thing exacerbated the whole situation too.
Right.
Like so many kids were out there, you know, like when people were like talking about shoot the looters, I was like, yo, if you started shooting the looters all in Santa Monica, you know how many fucking dead kids there would have been on the fucking street? Like kids, like, cause that was what they were, like fucking, you know, high school kids and shit trying to get new vans and shit, you know?
Yeah, I think it was all a recipe for disaster, bro. Cause you have coronavirus, people in quarantine, you got racism, you got police brutality, and then you got those people that are opportunists, or those people that are just been waiting for some type of revolution for 10 years. It's like, it was like the perfect recipe for just complete disaster,
Perfect storm.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
timing. Yeah.
That's like, dude, like I've known Native American groups that 20 years ago were like, hey man, like fuck this statue of Christopher Columbus. Let's take it down. And then so if I had an opportunity to take that fucking statue now, I'd be like, now's the time. Let's do this, you know? Not true. The thing is, for me, again, like you taking down that statue, I see it more as a symbolic win, where for me, like that statue is not the thing that's putting its knee on my neck, you know?
Yeah,
like I see it as a symbolic win, but at the same time, I feel like the pressure for real reform, because let's face it, you know, it's a complicated thing, because anybody who knows somebody who works in law enforcement, like Alfred or whoever, even me myself, I know a bunch of dudes that are CHP or LAPD. Dude, that job is fucking rough, and you deal with a lot of fucking shit, man. And there's a lot of crazy motherfuckers in there too. So, the idea of extra, you know, extra training, all this other shit, I think is necessary, you know, and reform is definitely necessary, you know.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking
that's
crazy.
true.
What?
And
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Smurf.
I was gonna say, what got you? Like, I mean, like, I think Fernie asked you about a song that you guys made back in the day called Chota. What got you guys kind of like into that act? I don't know if it's called activism or kind of like against police brutality. Is there something that you guys grew up that you guys experienced that you guys are kind of like, we need to speak up about this shit?
Socially conscious.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that as growing up in LA, as far as the police brutality thing, we're talking about like LAPD. Growing up in LAPD, the level, like motherfuckers pulling out guns on you, even though you're just a kid, you're just be like, what the fuck? You know, getting talked to a certain way that would just feel so disrespectful. That's one of the ones that we used to always be like, damn, man, like these motherfuckers are talking to us like we're fucking animals, you know? And obviously the beating of Rodney King was again the straw that broke the camel's back, just like George Floyd beating was the straw that broke the camel's back, you know?
Right.
Even though it's one of many beatings that happens throughout the country all the fucking time, for whatever reason, someone filmed it, and for whatever reason, his reaction to the beating and what happened with him dying, him crying out for his family, that was enough where it really fucking resonated to people, you know? And honestly,
it struck a nerve.
It hit a nerve. And honestly, I don't know if people remember this shit though, is that it reminded me personally of the death of Kelly Thomas, which was he was a schizophrenic guy, white dude who was
in Orange County, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this, Alfred. He was crying out for his dad. He was crying out for his fucking family, and his dad was Popo. And so and the cops that beat him up were like Latinos and shit. So it again, like I think it's a thing that obviously with the Black Lives Matter movement, it's a reflection of that community speaking up against it. But every community has been affected by this, right? All of us.
Right.
So instead of like going through the semantics of like, you know, I see people fucking fighting over all lives matter, Black lives matter. Yo, like let's deal again. Back to my issue again, which is like let's focus on the reform. You know, let's focus on what we're all here about. You know, everybody has beef, though, and I understand that. And just like someone else mentioned, just how Danny mentioned, you know, people who've had political beefs, now is all of a sudden the time to fucking just bust them out, you know, whatever it is, you know?
Right.
That's true.
Yo, and like that song Chota, bro, is that considered like a woke song? Or because you guys also made fucking Gay Vatos in Love, right?
No, yeah,
we did the Gay Vatos in Love.
Or is that a controversial song?
Yes, because that was the whole time when the whole shit was going down here in California about letting vatos get married and shit. We're like, you know what? We were like, let's do like a Chicano oldie song, but it's about fucking gay vatos in love. And at first it started kind of like something kind of like, are we really doing this? It's kind of funny, but then all of a sudden it turned into some serious shit. And one of the crazy parts about it is that in the song, we talk about Angie Zapata, and she was this I guess this trans woman that got murdered by this vato. That they were on a date, and then once he found out, he fucking killed her right there. So we added her story into the song, and then when we played Colorado, her family showed up, and we were like, oh shit. Because you never know how people are going to react to something like that. Like, why did you talk about my fuck, you know, like family? Why did you put them in the song? You know, like that type of shit. But they were super positive and super appreciative of it. Actually, they were like, "Thank you for like remembering her." So, yeah, I mean that you know, it's like it's a bunch of crazy shit, man. You know,
that's dope.
That's
dope, man.
Yo,
that's crazy, man. Hey, man, how was the experience?
No. I'm watching you, bro.
This conversation is dope as hell, bro.
Right? Hey, how was the difference experience doing like shows with Gabriel and then just doing your guys' concerts? How did you feel? Like, well, it's totally different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because dude, when you're opening up for a dude like Gabe, you're like, oh shit, like. Everybody in the stadium is here for one person. Oh shit. You know, like it's a trip because, you know, usually only bands like fucking U2 or Rolling Stones or whoever the fuck fills up stadiums, you know? So to be in a position where you're like opening up for one person who's making all this happen is a trip. And honestly, dude, like meeting that whole camp, you and the rest of the camp, has been a blessing, you know, because for the most part, we've always vibed out really, really well with everybody,
Right.
and everybody's always been good vibes, you know, like, you know, and I have like great memories of finishing the taping of the show and fucking Gabe going like, let's go eat, like fucking everybody rolling through, you know,
Hey,
you know, and just
why
fucking
am I
going,
not surprised that
you know, and like just going and hanging out and, you know, just like, you know, you would after any other show, you know, like just, so, the difference is that it's like kind of nuts that one person, a comedian, can like be that large and be that fucking popular and fill rooms like that and be that loved. And Gabe is one of those dudes that deserves it all, I think, you know.
That's dope.
That's what's up.
It's cabrones.
Those days were fucking crazy, bro. Remember we were taking those Galvatron shots, too?
Galvatrons, bro. Like, yeah, dude. Like, what the fuck was even in that drink, man?
Bro, a Galvatron is 3 shots into 1. So it was Patron shot, Maker's Mark, and Bacardi 151.
Oh,
You're not supposed to mix those. You are not supposed to mix those.
That was our drink for one of the years when we recorded Stand Up Revolution.
Yeah.
That's all we drank, bro.
Yes.
We just Galvatron, bro.
Alfred was fucking Mr. Galvatron. Yes, I remember that shit.
Is that before you jumped on stage or after?
No, that was after, bro.
After.
Those days are fucking after, bro.
That shit sounds like it's strong enough to fucking start a car, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Isn't that
Fuck?
Isn't that the don't they burn that in hot air balloons, right?
Yeah.
No.
Song has his own soundtrack, bro. Drink, I'm sorry, that drink has its own soundtrack, bro.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Dude, that shit's crazy, bro.
Is it someone vomiting or when?
No, they used to start off with the song. I think Alfred's getting it ready by the looks of it.
Check it out. Hold on.
He's busting that like, check it out, eh?
There's some bust out no naked man on your phone, bro.
Hey, be careful, Ulises. He throws you like guys on the screen, way. Just watch your eyes, eh?
Hey, you guys hear? Hold on.
Oh shit.
Gee, Alfred.
Has a cool beat. Look at it. Can you guys hear it?
No, light up the shots, way. Fuck it.
You guys can hear it?
A little bit.
Okay.
Oh, I hear it now.
That sounds like some MC Magic vibes.
Bro. That's all we drank back then, dog.
Shit.
How about now? You down to do something now or what?
I feel like I'm veterano, bro. Back in the days, bro. Puro pinches Galvatrons, dog. And then I went to Victor Reality to that fucking White Claw now, bro.
Hey, we gotta ask before we let the homie go, bro. I feel like we gotta ask the homie. How was the groupie love, bro? Was the groupie love for real? Let us know.
I'm really getting asked that? Okay.
Not by me.
Okay. The groupie. The thing with the groupie.
And before you were married, bro. Before you got married, Lato.
Right. Okay, the thing with Ozomatli is that we were never on a level like when you read like Motley Crue type shit or any of things crazy like that. But the thing with Ozomatli, and I always say this, is that being that we were always a dance band and being that we always played certain kind of music, we always had a huge following of women. Huge. So whereas like other shows, it used to be nothing but dudes in the front, you know, like certain hip hop shows, certain rock shows, it's like fucking sausage fest in the front. Like for us, it's always been a beautiful sea of all kinds of people and a lot of ladies in the front. So there was definitely like during the Maná and Santana years, bro, like I was saying, dude, we were like 20-something year olds. Like we were fucking rabid, bro. We were like chomping at the bit. Like after the shows, man. Okay, so this is how it would go down. Like you asked about the groupie shit. Okay.
Tell us.
So like, okay, we're the first band that plays, right? We rocked that shit. We did the samba, Mana or Santana, they would switch out, but whoever played usually was Mana second. They're playing. We're in the crowd already organizing the fucking after party, bro. We're bringing girls back there. We're doing all this shit. We would have an amplifier and stick an old CD player in there and start bumping tunes. By the end of the night, Mana, Santana, and all these fucking like people that we invited back there would be all partying it up, you know? So, like of course, you know, like there would be people who had like, you know, different chicks in different cities, things like that.
Different area
one of the
codes.
funnier things that I'm going to share though is that one particular DJ, I'm not going to name his name just because to protect the
No, of course.
He hooked up with this one, I wouldn't call her a groupie, but she got into the band hardcore and just was obsessed with him. And she would follow him to all kinds of gigs, bro. She would follow him to all kinds of gigs, bro. All kinds of gigs. You know, and usually if it's like, a gig that's maybe an hour away or a couple hours away or maybe even next date, that could be, you know, understandable. Like, damn, that she's really putting in the work to be this dude, right? So we're in Mexico City, bro, and we're playing at this fucking club and we're hanging out in the dressing room and this woman shows up and she's just like, hey, what's up? I'm here for you. And all of us were like, oh, dang. Like, she really got on a plane just to come see you like this, bro.
She got a whole passport, man. She got a whole passport to go see that, man.
She didn't even fucking lie. Hey, I was in town, like Canadaism, my jefita, nothing.
No, dude. She had the money, dude. She was actually super loaded. It was just on some like I'm just so everybody was kind of like, dude, like, why don't you really, really hook up with this girl? But for whatever reason, the DJ was not into her at all. So it was funny because he kind of like didn't treat her like shit, but didn't like really put the love on. And for whatever reason, it made her like him even more, which is fucking weird, you know?
That's called that pimp balance, bro. The pimp balance. You can't show them too much love. You got to treat them a little bad, and they come for more, man.
Hey, well, that strategy has worked a couple times for me. I'll admit to that one. I will admit to that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's hard. It's a gamble because you could just be like, oh, man, she could just be like, dude, this guy's a dick. But then for whatever reason, if it hits, you know, you win.
If it hits, you play the role.
It's a crapshoot.
So you can continue to play the role, man.
Yeah.
So Ulises, let everybody know where they can find you at, bro. What's your IG or Facebook or your address?
My personal IG is Ulises Bella. The band is at Ozomatli. You can check us out, obviously, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, or on our website. We have links everywhere to, obviously there's no shows coming up, but hopefully when there are shows coming up, we always have them on there, upcoming, when we're going to be in your barrio. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, when you come to Minneapolis, bro, we're going to go check you out, man. We're going to go party out. We're going to go buy, man.
But
I'm with it, man.
To ride anymore, bro. I can't ride anymore. I got bad bones.
Hey, thanks for rocking with us, bro. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate your music, bro. Keep doing your thing, and we wish you the best of luck, bro, throughout the rest of your career, carnal.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, fellas. Thank you, Alfred, for having me. Say later to your gato, homie. Órale.
Hey, that gato takes the scene, bro.
Bro.
Hey, bro.
You got to figure an angle with the cat. You'll make $1 million, bro. You got to figure an angle with the cat.
Right there.
Oh God.
Hey, Uli.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Keep representing for the culture, bro. I love the way you guys are representing the culture, bro. And it makes the culture look dope, bro. We need vatos like you guys to do what you guys do. So keep doing what you guys do, man. I'm definitely gonna keep rocking with you guys, man.
Thank you, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. You guys have a good time, man.
Hey,
And
Yuli, when
before
you
you,
go to Minneapolis, bro, when you go to Minnesota, these fools will take you to taco spots, dog. Just the way you like
I'm
it,
down. I'm with it, bro. I'm with it.
Órale,
before
bro.
you go, Ulises, you know what? Just thank you for like in the music. Thank you for just making it happen. And I gotta really thank my compa Adrian for introducing me to you guys because he's the one that came
All
with the
right on.
CD. He brought the CDs. They're like, dude, you gotta check out these vatos, man. And once I started listening, like, holy shit, hey, man, this is pretty dope, man. So just want to say thank you for everything, man. Thank you for putting in the time, the work, and the sleepless nights, and you know, fucking getting the party
Thank you.
going.
Thank you. Thank you, brothers. Thank you. And to all our fans out there, thank you for the constant support and love and appreciation for Ozomatli. You know, it's the only thing I know how to do in my life.
Amen,
So
brother.
thank you for letting me do it. You know,
Yeah.
fucking a. You know.
No,
Oh,
thank you for doing it, brother.
Yeah.
'Cause
thanks,
Órale,
vato.
vato.
So that's
See you
it.
soon, dog.
Take it
All right,
easy,
homie.
man.
Hey,
okay, homie.
Rato.
if you cruise down the Campana to see your cousin, hit me up, fool.
I'll hit you up for sure.
All right,
He'll bring
later.
the cat. He'll bring
Ole.
the cat. Wait, he'll bring the cat.
All right, fellas, later.
A
Later,
rato.
brother.
Ratos.
Órale.
Yo, man, that was a dope conversation with the homie, bro. Hey, we got.
Dude.
there.
Hey, like I said, bro, I think their music is very dope for the culture, bro. I'm a new listener, way, and I'm not gonna fake the funk way like I've been a fan forever, way. But I'm definitely gonna be a listener from now on, bro. Those vatos are dope for the
Yeah,
culture.
well, I was gonna say, no,
You
I've
know,
been an
dale,
off and
Fernando,
on.
dale.
Wait.
Oh,
I've been
go,
an
fool.
off and on listener for like 20 years, way. So it's kind of I had that moment like whenever you were saying, way, where I was kind of like tripping out. Is he on my phone, bro? Like, is he on my
Yeah.
phone? Yes,
Hey,
it was
Hey,
kind of cool, bro.
That's
hey,
dope.
Smiley,
hey,
and that
go,
vato, and when he goes to Minneapolis, bro, that fool will hit you up for tacos, dog.
Hey.
That's the way that vato is,
And
fool.
we'll be ready for it, way. We'll be ready for it, man.
hey,
Yeah,
Hey.
he's all about that, bro. That fool's
Hey.
all about that,
Hey,
dude.
Smiley, do they sell tacos in the suburbs or what?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
shit!
gonna take the homie to the hood, bro. I'm gonna take the homie to the
All right,
hood.
all right, all right.
hey.
Shit.
Even when Alfred Conway, we go into the hood. We're not gonna hang out
Hey.
around the suburbs, bro. You know what I mean? Like, but obviously, if we want to do some carne asada comfortably, we could do it in the backyard over here, way. But it's dope that the homie's a very humble, very authentic, bro. Like a genuine person, like somebody that has started doing this from the young age in the fourth grade to just keep that passion to the age of right now, way. And me barely, like Smiley just said, me barely finding out who he is, way, and knowing everything about him. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm going to his playlist. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be like, yo, this vato is cool as hell. I rock with him, and his music is dope. And then we're gonna start promoting him. And you know, we all got our own platforms, bro. You know, Pura Cultura, Chicano Shuffle, New Latino Podcast. Let's continue to promote and spread the word for the people that don't know that the homies can make money off these YouTube streams, these Spotify streams, iTunes streams. You know, there's difficult times going on right now, and these are the times that we gotta show up and play fucking music, bro. You know, cleaning your crib, play that music. You're fucking barbecuing, play that music, bro. Because you know, nobody expected a pandemic in our lifetime, bro. Like, there's been pandemics in the past, way, and nobody ever really expected it to affect our life today, bro. But now we can talk, now we can communicate, and now we can see that people that have been pretty stable and pretty successful their whole lives are getting thrown a monkey wrench in the system, bro. And we can do something to help that. You know what I mean? So let's make sure we support our Latino musicians, our Latino businesses, our Latino everything, bro. Podcast, comedians, y todo, bro. So it's dope. I really appreciate Alfred for bringing people like this into the platform, bro. You know, this is Latino happy hour, bro. And, you know, we get lit. You know, we have a good ass time, bro. And again, bro, I really appreciate this whole vibe that we're doing over here.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. That's we got to continue this little fucking wave we're on right now, bro. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Eres el gancho, güey. Eres
Hey.
el gancho. So fucking, you know,
Hey.
you're the man with the connections, bro. Bring it on.
Bro, and you know what's crazy? How about those black belt in jiu-jitsu, bro?
Oh, we didn't even get to that. Hey,
dude.
But I was gonna ask.
I had all these fucking notes and I didn't even get to half of them, bro.
Hey,
froze, bro.
I was gonna ask Fernie. Fernie, so you've been a fan, you said, on and off throughout 20 years, you said?
Yeah, bro, like since
98.
Since I first album, I'm old school, bro. That first album in '98 is still my favorite.
And '98 is the best one, bro.
The ones I remember the most are those, because literally some high school compas had like the cool older sister that goes, "Oh shit, have you heard of this Ozomatli?" And those are the times where you want to be cool. You're listening to fucking hip hop or whatever is cool way, or pinchy rock, Nirvana, whatever. But fucking cumbias, you're like, no way. That's like for my parents' way.
Yeah.
But you show up to the fucking quinceañera and everybody's toes tapping, bro. And my toe was tapping too. But then like you listen to that Ozomatli, the cumbia de los muertos, where it's like the cumbia way, and then they throw in the fucking rap in the middle, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck's happening here, way?
Wow.
And that was new at the time. And that was new. You didn't really hear that, man. And the same thing with the song Chango. When it starts, they started off in English. Yo, yo, yo. They start talking in English, and then you hear the saxophone, and I'm like, holy shit, what is this? And then it just you get engulfed with that fucking sound, dude. And then
that's dope.
That's why it's
dope.
that's why when Alfred said, "Hey, we're bringing Ulises Bella," and I'm like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? I'm like, never like, and I still keep getting shocked because Alfred keeps throwing out these names. And I'm like, what the fuck? Really? No way. Holy shit, So
and I'm real cool with this vato, and then the other vato, another OG member, his name is Astru with the curly hair. I'm real tight with both of those vatos, bro. So fucking they're cool too, dude. Like Yuli's way down to earth, dog. That fool, hey bro, let's go eat tacos. I go to his pad. My cousin's a chota where he lives at, so we always hook up, dog. We always hook up and he like I told these fools that fool will hit you up, bro. Hey, if remember you see him and fucking invite me for tacos, that fool will hit you up, dog. He's like that though, but he's down.
Yeah, and you know what? I wanted to ask him because he's from the city of Bell, and I remember the Bell High School used to have Richard Humpty Vision at the time. They used to go to parties. They used to be at that high school and shit. So, when I was hearing him talk, he said that he was in magnet classes and he was like going to other schools. So I'm like, fuck it.
He was in magnet school. Yeah,
I
remember that when we went to that DNC thing, way it was that guy's older sister that was like, yeah, the fuck, this is gonna be Rage and Ozomatli and some other ones were like, oh shit, this is gonna be chingón, way. And what everybody remembers, like the story has always been that like Rage fucking caused a riot, and you saw the news, and it was they showed clips of Rage playing, and yeah, they hyped up the crowd, but they literally shut it, like they turned off the power in the middle of like I think it was the second or third song or something where somebody got up there, the crowd was still going, bro, it was still pumped, and like second or third song, they literally just like flipped the switch, everything turned off, like there was no fucking announcement, hey, everything's gonna stop, it was just everything cut. And everything went fucking.
And those fools kept going?
Well, everything went insane. And then you started hearing otra vez las pinches, like the congas and the fucking the little metal drum and shit. And you're like, what the fuck? And they came down, I guess one grabbed their shit and came down. And they were down with the fucking crowd, like playing whatever, like shit's hitting fucking going crazy.
That's some gangster shit right there, bro. That's some gangster
while you're
shit
fucking dodging rubber bullets, these vatos are playing little rolas in the back.
Anyway, but that's what that's what we got to keep doing, bro. You guys or Alfred and you guys have heard of Ozomatli, bro. You guys put me on some new game, bro. So I'm definitely gonna start tuning into them. I think people that tune into us, bro, maybe there'll be some people that are barely gonna listen to learn about Ozomatli, bro. But this is what we gotta do, bro. And it's like Latinos, bro. We got such a dope culture, bro, that we gotta just promote our gente way. Let people know we got a lot of dope artists out there, man.
Yeah, and you know what? It gives like the young listeners they could look at this fucking I'm sorry, at this episode and say, "Fuck, I could do that." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's not like, "Oh, we could only do this, we could only do that." Nah, man, there's a lot of shit we could do, bro. You know?
Exactly, way. And to see and honestly, bro, hearing the conversation, bro, and seeing the kind of artists that he's collaborated with, bro, like Common,
Right, bro?
De La Soul, Wu-Tang Clan, bro, is like to see that a Latino, bro, that does like rock music and that Latino kind of music, bro, to be in the same mix and in the same world as those guys, bro, and be respected and rock those shows, bro. That makes me proud, bro. So I'm definitely glad that we have people out there representing us in all different type of genres, bro.
Mm-hmm. And like like we said, bro, I think what Latinos have missed, bro, was hype men, bro. You know, we haven't been hyped up enough. We've been mixed in and mingled around with these legends, the Wu-Tangs, the Jay-Z's, the B.I.G's and Tupac's, bro. But there hasn't been a Latino hype man to let everybody know what the fuck we're doing. You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, have you ever been to a Norteño show, way? Because there's definitely hype men, bro.
Yeah, fucking Ramon Ayala, fucking man, he's got a fucking badass.
You go to a Ramon Ayala show, he has a fucking chingon hype man.
Hey, Ferdy, what kind of norteños, Holmes? Hey, what kind of norteño, Holmes?
You know me?
Hey, why is Bernie talking about norteño? Have you been to a norteño hat? Or is it stayed in LA hat way?
Some norteñas, bro.
That LA hat is stated for a reason. Where he's been.
Where you know me from, dog?
Oh man.
Yo,
yeah, but this was a dope episode, man. This was a real dope fucking episode, man.
Good one. And I mean, I'm sure that in the future we're gonna have more time to talk with him or anything because I have more questions for him. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I had a bunch of them.
Takes 5 minutes to ask a question.
But it's the build up, it's the build up. I'm not just gonna say, hey, so what about that Dodger song you guys did? You know, like, whoa, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, they did a Dodger song,
you know, in 2008 they did a Dodger song. You know, Can't Stop the Blue.
Yeah, but literally you could have just asked that.
No, you gotta build it up, way. You gotta build it up.
Tampoco they have a day, way. No one asked them about their fucking Ozomatli day.
Yeah, that's the other one. You know,
but you don't need a whole story to this. You don't need a whole story, way. You don't need.
I didn't know they had a day, bro. They have an Ozomatli day.
In LA, they have a day in April. I can't remember what it is, but like a decade ago, the mayor gave him a day. Ozomatli day.
420.
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
Hey, that's dope, bro.
That's dope, bro. Let's keep doing this, bro. Let's keep bringing these artists and entertainers,
legends.
bro. Legends that people want to see, bro. And let people know what's up with Latino Happy Hour, man. We come here to have a good time.
Yeah, man.
We're going to continue to rock with brown kings and brown queens, bro, legends in the game. And it only motivates us, bro, to see somebody so humble like the homeboy from Ozomatli, to be doing the hugest things, bro, to Alfred Robles rocking with us, bro, to be able to see different stadiums and different venues, way. That only lets us know, bro, if we continue to work hard and fight and work for our dreams, we can be in different areas. We can be in different platforms. You know what I mean?
Hey, just have a Galvatron and you fucking be there, bro.
Bro, I'm fucking shit's crazy, bro.
Hey. And check this out. This is just the beginning. Wait till we start fucking touring the Latino Happy Hour, bro, and we'll start doing all them Galvatrons y todo eso, like.
Hell yeah, bro.
No.
They don't make the 151 anymore, so no.
They don't make 151 anymore?
No,
illegal, bro.
They said people are fucking mixing and they're like, you're not supposed to do that.
Hey,
that's poison.
You know, that is almost like poison, way. But hey, we don't want to keep it going too long, bro. This is a dope ass episode. Shout out to Ozomatli and the whole band, the whole crew out there rocking with Latino Happy Hour. Shout out to you, Vatos, man. This is your boy Lazy, and I'm out.
Yo, this Smiley checking out, man. Everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Hey, same here, Ramon. It was a great episode. Fucking stay tuned. There's more to come. Latino Happy Hour, eh?
Yeah, this is Fernando. Still in shock that dude was on my fucking phone.
Yo, I told you guys, keep fucking with us. This is Alpha Robles. See you guys soon. Peace out.
Peace.
A ratos, eh?
Lates.